If you want to learn and know why you should invest in Bitcoin, keep watching this video. Nonetheless, Quing! Welcome to Crypto Investor, and on this channel I post videos about analyzing cryptocurrencies. So join me on this investment journey as we will be analyzing the best coins with real value to invest in. So please click subscribe for more videos. Alright, so let's get down to the business, right? Why should you invest in Bitcoin? Well, firstly, Bitcoin is a new form of money, right? It's called digital money. And the thing is where the value of Bitcoin comes from, because let's remember, guys, everything that you invest in is based on the value that it has, right? So now the value of Bitcoin comes from the fact that, firstly, the technology that it uses actually allows for it not to be hacked, right? Blockchain technology allows for it not to be hacked, and therefore it's bound to be reliable. But also importantly, it's because of the community that's behind it, and for how long it's been existing, and how much the community is actually growing. Mostly it's people that are programming, but on top of that, developers, programmers, there's also investors. A couple of popular and famous people are also really backing on Bitcoin after really understanding how it functions and how it's actually important, right? So because of that, also it just shows how it has so much backing behind it. And of course, it's also been proven that the technology actually does work. It's still in its infant stages. So in fact, cryptocurrencies as a whole, like the entire industry is still young. There's still a lot of mistakes, trial and errors that are being done. But the important thing is that this technology has proven that it is actually much more better than money. I think we all know, well, but let me rather just say, for those of you that might not know, is that Bitcoin is actually more decentralized compared to your traditional financial systems work, where you find that there's only a central bank or a central monetary system, and they control all the money. But now the disadvantage with that is that money can be duplicated, books can be cooked, there can be some false information there, because only the central authority knows everything about, the money that's kept there. But now with Bitcoin, of course, everything that happens, all the transactions that happen, are distributed on that very same network called blockchain. So that's one of the biggest things that make it so valuable and actually more trustworthy. If I don't think I was about to say trustable, but I don't think there's a word such as trustworthy, right? So because of that, it's definitely something that a lot of people are really trusting in, even though a huge percentage in the world is still using physical money. But slightly, as the world is moving to a digital space, Bitcoin will definitely be one of those, right? But again, like they always say, Bitcoin is more of a store of value than it's actually digital money. That's how they even describe it. Some people describe it as digital money, but there's other crypto coins that really fit the category of digital money. But in my opinion, also based on my own analysis, I would like to see Bitcoin as a store of value. A very good example that's been happening recently is just when the global lockdown started around late March, early April. We all remember that the value of stocks on the stock market, a lot of the prices went down, and because of that, a lot of people took their money out, because at the end of the day, some people invest in companies just so that they can hold their money there to keep it safe. But some people are actually investing because they trust, or they love the vision that the company is working towards, because some companies really are out here trying to solve real world problems, right? So some people are actually investing for that. So but now some people are investing in other assets to just hold their money, such as gold. And this is where Bitcoin comes in. Bitcoin was also another digital asset, or another asset but in a digital form, that people use to store their money, and it didn't really disappoint like some other stocks did. So the question even came, people started speaking about it in the news, that maybe indeed this coin could be the new gateway to the world of digital assets, of which, in my opinion, it already has been for quite some time now. But yeah, that's just one point, right? There's many other points. I don't know what you guys think. Maybe you have many other points that you might maybe share with me down there in the comments about what do you think makes Bitcoin more valuable. In fact, while we're on that, if you really feel like you understand, or you know, you feel what I'm talking about, please go ahead and don't forget to hit subscribe, because I'm still gonna be delivering more videos about, you know, giving out my opinion or analysis on why I think a certain cryptocurrency coin is much valuable to invest in, right? So another question that a lot of people have been asking is, then what makes out the value of Bitcoin? Like, why is it worth a certain amount of money, and why isn't it worth a certain amount of money? Well, really, from what I've researched and really got to understand, is that the price of Bitcoin really came to be determined by the community first, because it was really started first by a community of developers and a few number of investors, right? So based on the problem it's been trying to, like, based on the problem it's actually trying to solve, I think they used that and tried to measure up, yeah, and basically used the problem that it's trying to solve, and then they measure it up with what they're trying to do with it, and see how they can actually put out a value, like put out its value, especially based on the number of people that are using it at that time. So it's all these different specs, right? But it's similar to even money or gold. Who in the first place said that maybe a ton of gold is worth, maybe say 2,000 US dollars? Okay, but a ton of gold can't be worth more than 2,000 US dollars. But I think you understand the example here, right? I think at the end of the day, to a certain extent, value is determined by the people that are playing in that industry, or in that, you know, basically people that are using that asset. So in my opinion, that's how I see it. Even though I always see on Twitter, there's always these ridiculous um, price predictions that Bitcoin in 2023 or in 2030 is going to be worth 100 million US dollars. Now, I'm not saying that's not true, because one really never knows what could happen, right? But what I do know is that definitely the value of this coin, right? Number one, the strong backing of its community. That's number two, and its continued proof to show that it indeed is reliable and is a good store of value. These kind of points really one day in future are going to contribute to actually making the price of Bitcoin go extremely high. Maybe, I don't know about maybe millions, but from what I see now, based on how far I've got to understand and analyze Bitcoin and everything that works around it, I would say maybe I could even see it going towards, I don't know why does 500,000 come to my mind, but really that's what I see. Because we guys, remember, we're still so much in the infant stages of Bitcoin. Like, it hasn't reached its full maximum potential. And so far, oh, just by the way, there's 21 million Bitcoins, right? Only. That's what there is, and that's what there ever will be. And I think so far there's 18 million. As far last time I checked, there was 18 million checked mined, but I'll just put it there on the screen for you to make sure that you know, I got the right number. And you know, there's still a couple of bitcoins more that have to be mined. So yeah, I just see the price still skyrocketing, right? Because it's such a very rare asset, and also it's so proven that it's proven so much that indeed it works. It's going to be here for a long time. It's very secure and all of these things. Plus, it's the first biggest crypto coin. Like, it's basically the, how can I say, the Amazon of the internet. No, not Amazon. What's the first? I'm not sure what's the first computer company that really became successful during the when the tech when internet became commercialized, right? But basically it's something like that, and that's also some sort of, it carries value to it, because it's like a pioneer, it's like a legend, if I may use that word, right? So I think such points and such reasoning could actually give it, you know, a value of up to 500,000 one day in future. You never know, but anything is possible, right? I mean, remember what happened in 2017? Was it 20? Yes, 2017. Man, and I didn't even catch that time, like when the prices went extremely high. I only saw, like, I still wasn't, I mean, I was broke at the time. I was quite broke, so I couldn't really invest a lot of money. But again, that's another rule in investing, that don't just allow the quick, like when the price rises up quickly, then you immediately want to invest. That means then you're controlled, like your emotions are just controlled, like you're not really investing using your mind. You know, you just using your emotions, which is never really advised when it comes to either trading or investing. But yeah, all of these points really kind of, for me, point out that indeed Bitcoin is and digital asset that's worth investing. Maybe some people don't want to invest in it because they don't try it. I mean, they don't trust it, especially because we all know about there's so many online scams. I don't know if you guys remember, but Triple M was one of the biggest ones. A lot of people lost their money in Triple M. Some people did make money, but that was more of a pyramid scheme, right? Bitcoin is not a pyramid scheme. It's here. Governments have looked into it and they can see that indeed this does work. This is legitimate. So much so that many governments are also already considering making their own digital coins. We know, I don't know if you guys know, but like in China, they have already been working on Chinese cryptocurrency. Japan also. The US government, I've never checked so far the news, but last time what I remember is that Facebook was also working on a coin, but the project kind of took a pause. And then in Africa, the Ghana Central Bank actually was looking towards testing out a central bank digital coin. So throughout all these continents, there's some form of government that's actually looking into this. So it gives a go ahead that indeed Bitcoin is something that's legitimate and is definitely here to stay. So I'm definitely going to continue investing in it. But just before I end, remember guys, this is not financial advice. Like I said, this channel is just me analyzing all these coins and looking into them and see which ones are worth investing in and which ones aren't. I don't know what you think. Do you guys think maybe Bitcoin is worth investing in? Even if it's not a lot of money, you could just put in, say, I don't know, you can even start with like $10 or $50 or $100, right? Or let me rather just say money that you can afford to lose, and then just see what happens, and just you continue slowly learn about the cryptocurrency industry and just how Bitcoin works and all of that. So let me know in the comments what you think. Just comment, but also please leave a like if you really like this video. But also, if you feel like you didn't like it, you can leave a dislike, even though that'll break my heart. But I mean, honesty is the best policy, right? And don't forget to subscribe. I would really appreciate that, so that we can then move together in this investment journey. And yeah, I'll see you again, and ping ping ping.